Good morning, Lale.
Good morning sis.
How are you today?
Good انت كيفك؟
Good. Alhamdulillah. What are you doing these days? عم تطلعي من البيت ولا نو؟
مش كتير.
كيف الدوغ تبعك؟ Still you have a dog ولا؟
Yes I have. كتير كتير naughty.
عم تطلعي من عنجر ولا still in عنجر؟
من عنجر.
عنجر.
في كورونا.
انت خلص صار معك كورونا ما بطل.
إيه بس شو رح اطلع على حالي؟
إيه. بس انتبهي وحتى لو طلعتي بضلك تحطي بدك تنتبهي كمان.
ايه اكيد عم بحط الماسك.
إيه.
هاي ستيز.
هاي كيفك أليسا؟
منيحة، انت كيفك؟
الحمد لله جود. كيفو خيك؟
منيح.
عم ياخد اونلاين ولا؟
يس عم يعملوا اونلاين.
جود. بدك تروحي على كندا next year ولا ضلك بلبنان؟
والله I don't know yet ستيز. ما بعرف. بنشوف شو بيصير.
هاي توماس.
مرحبا أستاذ.
كيفك؟
منيح أنت؟
كنت نايم هيئتك عم تحكي غصبا عنك. جود.
لا
Good morning مغري.
Good morning أستاذ.
كيفك؟
يعني
You are sick يعني؟ Still sick؟
إيه
سلامتك.
ميرسي.
صباحو أستاذ.
كيفك هيكاز؟
منيح.
هيكاز why you didn't send your preparation؟
أستاذ ما عملت يوم.
why ما عملت؟
عندنا كيمستري تيست، دراسة كيمستري بس بقى.
اوكي. اجت نايرة. اوكي. Let's start. Which exercise did we solve last time?
11.
Which one? 11? 11-1 or 11-3?
Yes 1-1.
Okay. Now we are going to solve 2010, the first chance. بهذا آخر شيء آخر 2 days رح نعمل about the exponential function. Yeah, we solved a lot. Tuesday you have test, yes, in this chapter. We have the function defined on 0 plus infinity by fx equal to x minus 2 plus 1 over ex minus 1. Part 1. Calculate limit as x tends to 0 plus and deduce an asymptote. What is the limit as x tends to 0 plus, Haikaz? Haikaz, you are with us?
أستاذ
Okay.
E0 plus بيعطي 1.
So limit as x tends to 0 plus of fx, we replace each x by 0. It becomes 2 into 0 minus 2 plus 1 over e to the 0 minus 1.
1.
E to the 0 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0, and it is 0 plus. Because x tends to 0 plus, 1 over 0 plus is plus infinity. So
Yes.
minus 2 plus infinity, it is plus infinity. So x equals 0 is a vertical asymptote.
أستاذ هلا E0 بيعطي 1. 1 minus 1 بيعطي 0 plus لأنه x tends to 0 plus.
Yes, if x tends to 0 minus, شو كان بيعطي؟
0 minus.
0 minus. Now, second part, limit fx as x tends to plus infinity. And we are going to verify that the line D, y equal to x minus 2 is an asymptote to C. Limit as x tends to plus infinity of fx. We replace each x by infinity, 2 into infinity minus 2, 1 over e to the power infinity minus 1. 2 times plus infinity is plus infinity. Number over infinity, e to the infinity is plus infinity. Number over infinity is 0. So we get plus infinity. To verify that the line D of equation y equal to x minus 2 is an asymptote, we calculate limit as x tends to plus infinity fx minus yd. Limit as x tends to plus infinity, fx is 2x minus 2 plus 1 over ex minus 1 minus yd is 2x minus 2. 2x minus 2 with minus 2x minus 2 is 0. So replacing x by infinity, 1 over e to the infinity is 1 over infinity equal to 0. Then we say the line D, y equal to x minus 2 is an oblique asymptote to C at plus infinity. What is the relative position of C and D? How to study the position between C and D? We study the sign of fx minus yd. Fx minus yd, we get 1 over e power x minus 1. Since x greater than 0, e to the x minus 1 is positive, so 1 over e to the power x minus 1 is positive for every x belongs to 0 plus infinity. Then we say C is above D for every x belongs to 0 plus infinity. 2 part A show that f prime x can be written in this form.
أستاذ هيدا ما قدرت
اوكي هلا بتقدر.
سائلة هيدا.
لا مش ثقيلة. هيدا fx. Derivative of 2x minus 2 is 2. Hida of the form u over v is u prime v minus v prime u over v square. U prime v minus v prime u over v square, the second part. It is equal to u prime derivative of 1 is 0 times v is 0 minus v prime derivative of ex minus 1 is ex over ex minus 1 squared. We take the LCM is ex minus 1 squared. Then it will be 2 into ex minus 1 squared, 2 times ex minus 1 squared minus ex. What is the next step?
Common factor. لا
We expand. F prime x equal. This one is of the form a minus b squared. It is equal a squared, يعني شو بتصير a squared? e to the x squared بتصير e to the power 2x minus 2ab يعني minus 2ex plus b squared plus 1 minus e power x over v squared. We expand, بتصير 2e power 2x minus 4ex plus 2 minus ex. It is equal 2e to the x minus 4ex minus ex is minus 5ex plus 2. So it can be written in this form. ما عرفتش كيف نعملها بهذا الفورم توماس؟
نعمل راديكال.
نو نعمل expand لهيدا اللي تحت. إذا عملنا له expand
ايه اصلا هو show that.
نعمل expand, we check it. e to the x times e to 2e to the x is 2e power 2x. e to the x minus 1 minus e to the x. Minus 2 times 2e to the x minus 4e to the x يعني بصير minus 5. Minus 2 times minus 1 is plus 2. Thomas, it is done ولا بعد في شيء problem مع هيدا؟
No.
Copy and complete. Copy and complete the adjacent table of variations. Copy and complete. Finish what's missing here. To put negative, positive, or positive, negative. Increasing, decreasing, etc. كيف نعرف sign for example here?
ناخذ number greater than 2.
النمبر greater than 2 like 1 إذا حطينا 1 بالديريفاتيف شو بتصير هيدا؟ e to the 1 minus 2 it is positive. 2e to the 1 minus 1 is positive. يعني هون positive هون negative. So x 0 ln 2. Domain is 0 plus infinity. At ln 2 it is 0. Here positive, here negative. Negative, it is decreasing. positive, it is increasing. At 0, we'll get plus infinity. At len 2, al plus infinity. And the minimum f of len 2 is 0.38.
أستاذ لنتور نعمل ريبليس بإف برايم إكس ولا إف إكس مو؟
وين نحن بنجيب المينيموم، مينيموم يعني fx. In order to know the sign of f prime, you take a value from here, you replace it in f prime.
Yes.
Draw D and C. Now we have x equals 0 is a vertical asymptote. This is x equal to 0. The y-axis. We have the line of equation 2x minus 2 is an oblique asymptote. To draw this oblique asymptote is an x0, y minus 2 here, is an x1, y0. We join these 2 points, we get the oblique asymptote.
أستاذ شو الأول particular point تبع oblique؟
0 minus 2 here.
minus
0 minus 2, second point 1, 0. Now the minimum point is len 2, 0.38. Len 2 is about 0.7. 0.7, 0.38 is the minimum. 0.7, 0.4 is the minimum point. 0.7, 0.4. Now the curve is decreasing from plus infinity near the vertical asymptote to the minimum and goes near the oblique asymptote. وشفنا بالposition إنه C is above D. We don't have a point of intersection, so C is above D. Hi, Kaz, it is done?
Yes, it is.
Verify that 1 over ex minus 1 equals ex over ex minus 1 minus 1. How to verify this one equal that one?
ناخد ال right part نعمل LCM.
Okay, so we take the right part. So this is the right part. I take the LCM, which is e power x minus 1. It is ex. Ex times minus 1 is minus ex. Minus 1 times minus 1 is plus 1. Ex minus ex 0. So we get 1 over ex minus 1.
بس ستيب واحدة استاذ أعطينا هدية.
أعطينا إنه we get two equal values, two equal expressions. هيدي equal to هيدي. Now, بيرجع بيقول لنا in this exercise calculate the area of the region bounded by the curve C, line D, and the two lines of equation x equal ln 2 and x equal ln 3. How to calculate the area?
fx minus yd. Integral fx minus yd.
The area equals. هون بنلاحظ C is above D. C is above D. Between ln 2 and ln 3 يعني هيدا الاريا هيدا الهون. Since C is above D, the area equals the integral from ln 2 to ln 3 fx minus yd dx. ننتبه دائما نحط absolute value بس هون بنعرف انه C is above D, not necessary. So area equals.
Says هيدا number 5.
لا بعدنا still number 4. بعدنا number 4 and calculate the area. fx minus yd, then it is equal ln 2 to ln 3. fx minus yd is 1 over ex minus 1 dx. How to continue, Haikas? We have proved that one. We have proved that one.
عندنا equal values.
We have proved that 1 over ex minus 1, we can put it as ex over ex minus 1 dx. Hey, we have proved it before 1 minute. Now we split this integral into two parts. بيصير integral from ln 2 to ln 3 e to the x dx minus integral from ln 2 to ln 3 1 dx. The second part is easy to calculate its integral. The first part, we use the method of substitution. We use the method of substitution. I take q equal ex minus 1, du equals e to the x dx. We change the bounds. Is that x equal ln 2, u equal e to the ln 2, which is 2 minus 1, then u equal 1. Is x equal ln 3, u equal e to the ln 3 is 3 minus 1, then u equal 2. Then the area equal from 1 to 2. E to the x dx, I call it d, طلعت معنا du over u. The integral لل1 is x between ln 2 and ln 3. It is equal du على u is ln u between 2 and 1. Here we replace x by 3 by ln 3, ln 3 minus ln 2. So it will be ln 2 minus ln 1 minus ln 3 plus ln 2 equals ln 1 is 0. We get 2 ln 2 minus ln 3. We can leave it like that and we find the answer by using the calculator. Or I can put it ln 4 over 3 units square. Or you can find the answer by the calculator. Part 5. we have another function g defined over 0 plus infinity by gx equal ln fx. Part A بنجيب limit as x tends to 0 plus of gx والlimit as x tends to plus infinity of gx. So limit as x tends to 0 plus of gx equal limit as x tends to 0 plus of ln fx equals ln as x tends to 0 plus fx tends to plus infinity. So بصير ln plus infinity it is equal plus infinity. As x tends to 0 plus fx tends to 0 tends to plus infinity. So ln plus infinity is plus infinity. Limit as x tends to plus infinity of gx equal limit as x tends to plus infinity of ln fx. As x tends to infinity, fx tends to infinity. So it will be ln plus infinity. It is equal plus infinity. Set up the table of variations of G. How to set up the table of variations of G? What is G prime? If we are going to calculate G prime, what will be G prime?
ln f prime.
Oh, the derivative ln u. The derivative ln u. What is the rank for the derivative of ln u?
1 over
تعرفوا لازم اعمل لكم امتحان باللوغاريتم كمان.
مش d over u.
U
Derivative.
prime over U.
Good, Alisa. Derivative of ln u is u prime over u. So gx equals ln fx. G prime x equal u prime over u, يعني f prime x over fx. لن u هي u prime over u، يعني أول شيء بعمل derivative لهيدا over itself over fx. هلا ال G prime is of the form of a fraction. What is the sign of fx? هو f prime x over fx. المينيموم of fx قديش المينيموم of fx لقينا فوق أو لقينا بالتable of variations. How much is the minimum? The minimum is 0.38. What's meant that the minimum is 0.38? What's the sign of fx? So fx is positive for every x belongs to 0 plus infinity, since minimum lil fx equals 0.38, which is positive. So fx is positive since the minimum of fx is positive. So g prime x takes the same sign as f prime. Since f is positive, g prime x has same sign as f prime x. fx positive, so g prime and f prime have the same sign. So كيف كان الساين لل f prime؟ هيدا 0, هيدا ln 2, هيدا plus infinity. Between 0 and ln 2 it is negative. وهيدا positive.
says length لأنه نفس الساين تبع اف اكس
تبع f prime تبع f prime same sign as f prime. The f is positive, so شيل ال f positive is not affecting the sign.
Yes.
Affecting the sign is the f prime. So g prime has the same sign as f prime. شفت هذا ال f prime، هذا كان ال f prime، كان هون نيجاتيف وهون بوزيتيف. اوكي.
واستاذ مينيموم كمان لانتو هونيك؟
لا بنجيب الفاليو قد ايه. شو بيطلع المينيموم؟ المينيموم we replace len2 in the function. شو بصير إذا if we replace len2؟ بتصير g of len2 بتصير len f of len2. يعني we replace قديش بيطلع؟ بصير len قديش طلعت معنا قبل شوي المينيموم؟ هذا المينيموم 0.38 بصير len 0.38 which is minus 0.96. عرفت كيف جبنا هيدا هيكاز minus 0.96؟
استاذ هي عرفت، بس لانتو كيف جبنا؟ لانه السيم ساين تبع اف برايم اكس اخذنا لانتو كمان.
Yes. ما شفتش ما فجر هيك table of variation. هيدا هون هذا ال f prime. Before len2 it is negative, after len2 it is positive.
Yes, sir.
So g of len2 بنجيب المينيموم. g of len2 equal len f of len2 equal len 0.38 equal minus 0.96. Part C. Haikaz, did you write?
Yes.
Prove that the equation gx equal to 0 has two roots. How to prove the equation gx equals 0 has two roots? So between 0 and len2 over 0 len2. ما فينا نعمل لك calculation. Between 0 and len2, the function is decreasing, or g is decreasing from plus infinity to minus 0.96 negative. The curve is decreasing from a positive value to a negative value. Then its curve will cut the x-axis at one point. كنا هون above the x-axis, صرنا هون below the x-axis. So gx equals 0 has one root. By the same way, over len2 plus infinity. G is increasing from a negative value, if we are below the x-axis, the curve, to plus infinity. So gx equal to 0 has one root. In total, gx equals 0 has two roots. Now I can solve it by another method if you like. Gx equal to 0 means len fx equal to 0. So len fx 0 is len 1. بنشيل len 1 len مع len. So fx equal 1. What's meant graphically fx equal 1? Graphically, fx equal 1 is the intersection between the curve C and the line y equal 1. Between C and the line y equal 1. This is C. This is the line y equal 1. The line y equal 1 cuts the curve in how many points?
2.
2. So fx equal 1 has 2 roots. So gx equal to 0 has 2 roots. So graphically, C cuts the line y equal 1 at 2 points. So fx equal 1 or gx equal to 0 has 2 roots.
He said دعوني نكتب gx equal to 0.
We are going to solve gx equal to 0. It's required to say gx equal to 0. Okay, this is all for today. Please, for tomorrow.
بلا homework. نعمل
homework. This is not a homework. It is a preparation. Okay, for practicing يا هيكاز. It is not a punishment.
يعني معنا بعد بكرة.
يعني 2009 يعني بعد ما نشتغل خميس وجمعة وممكن تنام بعد بهذا الشابتر before نكون حلينا a lot.
كتير.
ايه مش اللي ما حلينا حدا بقى. 2009 solve this one.
اوكي. هيدا ليش طويل؟
اوكي يلا بنشوفكم الجنرال بعدين ولايف ساينس. See you tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Bye.
Bye.